Hello everybody, this is Kyrix with another edition of This Week in Kyrix. Today is Wednesday, March 22nd of 2017, and I was looking for my controller. Oh boy, had a hell of a tournament yesterday, actually. In a good way. We'll start with that. The tournament was something weird. We pick a figure from the Deadpool and the X-Force set. Simple enough, I went with Dead Girl. Kind of a staple on my team. You know, she's really good at what she does, and what she does is kick all of the ass. Anyway, I went with Dead Girl, obviously, because that's what I said. And then, afterwards, let me check a thing here. Yeah, okay, I did get them good. Then you buy a booster. Single booster pack, 5 figures. And you sit across from your opponent, and you pick a figure out of your booster, and they pick one out of theirs, and then you swap, and back and forth, until everyone has 6 figures. And then at the end of it, you get your figures back and take them to the next table, etc. And I tried to talk the judge into letting me, you know, owe him for the boosters. I'm like, come on, man. He's like, well, you haven't paid me back for the other ones, which was true. Let's not mince words here. And I'm like, well, as soon as I get a job, you're on the pretty much near the top of my pay list. Near the top, because I gotta pay rent, gotta get a couple other things taken care of. But it's not like me stuff that's ahead of him, you know. And he's like, no, you're borrowing these. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'm borrowing boosters. I don't like borrowing boosters. I don't like playing with figures I don't get to keep. Then I sat across from him, opened my boosters, and they're all crappy figs. I'm like, oh, glad I don't get to take these home. And I forget who I played in the first round. Who did I play in the first round? Second round was the Batman guy. He's had really good pulls. He's pulled lots of chase figures. He's pulled 5 of them. I don't think he still has them all. I think he traded one, but he's pulled pretty much all of them. And he has most of them still, so he had a pretty substantial advantage over me with my 2 boosters that I've ever bought, ever. You know? He's bought 3 whole cases, pretty much. And he's more familiar with the set, too. I've had very little exposure to it because I don't own very many things. And both Clicksmaster, which is my team building app, and what's it called? Clicksmaster and HC Realms, which is where I get my dial info, have done nothing with this fucking set. HC Realms has 8 figures, and Clicksmaster has 12. You know, it's pathetic. So I can't even study up oh, this is what this figure does. This is what this figure does. So he had an edge that he goes to more tournaments than me and has a fuck ton more figures than I do. And there's really nothing I can do about that. You know, shit happens. So I lost to him, but due to a weird quirk, it didn't hurt all that much. because we didn't have a point value, we had very randomized scores. My team came out to 380 points. In the first round, my opponent had 500 points. And I scored 280 off him, so he only led me by 100 right there. And to top it off, my first round opponent, I took all 500 and he took 35. And then my final opponent, I forget who that was. Might have been Anubis. I think it was. My final opponent, I smoked him too. And he got... Oh no, it was the kid. It was the kid. He did The problem with the kid is he didn't do order of operations very well. And he had a lot of really little support figures that I love to play, and so I kept swiping all of the outwit, so I controlled the battlefield. I turned off powers left and fucking right. I had 6 figures on my team, 4 of whom at some point on their dial could turn off powers. And a 5th one allowed me to give other people that ability. It's like, hey, give them a power action and they could use outwit. So he couldn't do shit against me, you know. I just ran the fucking table on him is the problem. It wasn't his fault. He did make one colossal mistake early on. I made it a point, because you have to say, okay, this person's turning off this person's power, this one turns off this person's power. He had a guy who has an ability, it was Cable, you know, from the X-Men. And, he has the ability to move 5 spaces and shoot or punch somebody. And he moved 5 spaces and he took a shot at the wrong person. He took a shot at my leader, Dead Girl. He should have taken a shot at the person who turned off one of his characters' charge ability. Then that person could have charged the next person and unlocked another ability. And basically, if he'd done that, he'd have won. And he's still new enough that he needs help, but not good enough that he needs his hand held. So I do to him what I do to lots of new people, which is I let him play his round, and then I tell him, here's what you should have done. So, end result, I pretty much smoked his ass. And because I smoked 2 opponents, completely wiped them, and did pretty damn good against the 3rd one, I took 3rd place. So, want to point out, did not pay for my boosters. Friend did. He spotted the cost, and he took the boosters. My prize was a booster, out of which I pulled a super rare, which from what he said is actually one of the more expensive ones. Then another guy said, hey, does anyone want these? I have them all. And it's a couple figures plus a super rare, and I'm just kind of hanging around because I need whatever I can get from the set, you know. And at one point I asked, aren't you going to trade that? That's super rare. He's like, I don't care. You want it? Take it. So I got a 2nd super rare. And another figure that I wanted. I forget who it was. I think it was Fool Killer. So I made out pretty well yesterday. Came in 3rd place, which was good for me, because every now and then I need to be reminded that I'm capable of winning a game. And I got 2 super rares and a free booster. So that was cool. I literally just finished up the campaign shit for Res Rev 2. Like, literally, like, within the past 10 minutes or so. And I am 50 episodes into Res Rev 2 to 100% the collectibles on all 4 episodes for both campaigns. And there's still more. There's still more to come, but I'm gonna take a pause on that. I've got other shit that needs dealt with. Like, specifically, I've got to get Xenoverse back on track, you know? Because I am late on Xenoverse. But Xenoverse is a thing that needs attended to. Gotta get back into Phantom Pain. Phantom Pain's important. So I end on 20. Okay. So yeah, Phantom Pain is a priority to get back to. There's a bunch of stuff, and I'm even going to be getting Res Rev 1 via rental again and play through that, just mostly recreationally. I might do a 2nd run through it just to see how good I am, but I probably won't. It's a distinct possibility. A distinct possibility, but not yet a probability, and definitely not a definite. But, yeah, that's the thing. I gotta get Xenoverse back on track, and then I can start making progress again. Because I've been making really good progress. But for Res Rev 2, I've still got to do Countdown. I've still got to do Invisible Mode, and I've still got to do No Mercy Mode. Which No Mercy is going to be a trip. That's going to be the hardest difficulty of the game, and I'm going to be going full bore with some of the strongest weapons that game has to offer. Because I won't necessarily care right away about my, rating. Because I'm also going back off-screen and doing all the S-rank shit. Of which there's still quite a bit that needs to be messed with. But Countdown and Invisible Mode will probably be done with a partner. Just because, I mean, I can probably do Countdown on my own, but Invisible I don't necessarily trust myself to pull it off. But who knows, it could be great, it could work. I will say one thing, Barry's Invisible will actually be much easier than Claire's, depending on how this works, because Moira's flashlight can illuminate foes in Invisible, but I don't know if that means that just having the flashlight out will do it, or if I have to actively point it at them. Because either one is likely. I'm probably going to look it up. Whereas Natalia can just see enemy auras at all times. But I did a little looking at some stuff like Undertale. I was kind of paranoid about, oh, is Undertale still going? So I glance at my phone and I'm like, oh, Kyrix's Undertale playlist is 15 videos long because I only uploaded the neutral run. So I dash into my schedule folder. I'm looking at 2017. I'm like, oh, where's 15? Where does 15 end? 15 ends in June. I've got months. I got freaking April, May, and then the start of June, and I'm good. So. See, I got paranoid over nothing. I do that sometimes. Kinda known for it, occasionally. Alright, that's pretty much bone it right there. And once I get the latest Xenoverse stuff, once I get that uploaded, I'll be finished with Welk's campaign, and I'll upload the next one, which was done ahead of Welk. And that'll buy me between 9 and 10 weeks where I don't have to fuck with Xenoverse at all. So that's cool. Just getting ahead of schedule. And between that and everything else, that'll finally give me the time to get Final Fantasy II done. And once Final Fantasy II is done, I can do Suikoden 2. Once that's done, I can finish up Xenoverse, and once that's done, that's it for the year. You know? Because I've got enough little side videos that if Final Fantasy II and Suikoden 2 don't finish the year, I can do it with those other videos. And of course, I don't need to touch Mondays forever because of Metal Gear, and I'm good on, I think it's Sundays for Lego, and frickin' Resident Evil Revelations isn't even done yet, and it's already a year's worth of programming. And I'm not stretching it out artificially this time. It's not like where I did Dead Rising and I beat the game 3 times just so I could show off all the characters, you know. I've beaten this twice so far. And I had to, because I had to show off the second ending. But once was my complete blind run where I didn't look up anything if I could avoid it. The second one was the 100% collectibles run where I showed off all the stuff. Third, fourth, and fifth, because there's going to be 5 total. Third will be countdown mode, where I'm fighting against the clock. Fourth will be invisible mode, where my enemies are invisible and I can't see them unless I do certain things. And the final one will be me making a run with all the special weapons on the hardest mode of the game. Which is a difficulty I don't even have unlocked yet. Plus, the more I play them, the faster I get, so Whereas Chapter 1 was originally, for Claire, like 3 or 4 videos long, I can do it in a video now. Because I've run through it so many times. And I'll have run through all of these so many times that I can just, you know, go to town. So it's just one of those things. It's one of those awesome little things where it just worked out. And it's not Xenoverse either, where it's like, I'm gonna beat the game once with each character. Which I've technically done, but not for that reason. Oh, I'm sorry about the yawning, but it's a case of I've got more stuff that needs to be shown off. And you could make the argument that I could just show this off in Chapter 1. You're like, oh, I'll do Claire's Chapter 1 Countdown and Invisible. But I do those without ever firing a gun. I don't... The hard enemies aren't in those levels. I never fire a shot in those levels. It's a waste. I mean, I could probably do them both in one video. Like, here's Countdown Claire Episode 1. Here's Invisible Claire Episode 1. See how hard this is? Because it's not. It's not hard for me to do that. Because it's what I do. That's the level I grind on to get new ammo for my guns. You know, it's fucking child's play. Blueberries. Blueberries are the best fucking crop in the game. They really are. They grow fast, they grow in bulk, they're worth a small fortune. I mean, I suppose you can make the argument about ancient fruit. Because ancient fruit takes like a full month, basically, to grow in. And then it grows in 1 a week. And you can put it in the seed maker and it will make seeds of itself. So if you get 1 seed and the seed maker, you're good. Tested that out already on my file. And the fruit's worth $5.50! That's the best part. The fruit is worth $5.50. I have seeds that don't cost that fucking much. Oh shit, I've already got a melon for Demetrius. I didn't think that was a thing. Not that way. Probably take that to him. Oh! Fucking shit. Herpa-derpa-derpa-derpa-derp. Kyrix is retarded. I'm so used to my field on my file where everything is automated that I forget I don't have sprinklers for this part yet. I really better get on that, honestly. Knew that was coming. But yeah, I just gave the critters their wet food. Dog snuggled up to my leg, because that's what she does. Seriously, this little chihuahua is such a fucking cuddle bug. Oh, back on the ancient fruit thing. Did I mention it also grows in all of the fertile seasons? Spring, summer, and fall. So you can plant those fuckers in the spring and harvest them all year long and get like fucking 8 or 9 harvests out of them. And again, like I said, you can take those fruits at first and just make more seeds out of them. So, just use your first year's worth of fruit to do stuff for the next year. And then start taking the first harvest of each year and planting more, and so on. And pretty soon you'll have, like what I'll end up doing on mine is I have, oh god, what is it, 48, 96 sprinkler systems of 8. Like, I have a sprinkler here and then there's 8 crops around it. I have 96 of those 8 patches. I could, in relatively short amount of time, be able to, for year 4, just have that whole thing set up and just go to town on it. Just, here's my ancient fruit for year 4 or year 5, and that's all I harvest, and I'll have freaking billions by the end of the game. By the end of the year, even. Oh yeah, Demetrius needs his melon. I rarely plant melons, so this usually takes him a year or 2 to get his melon. I don't know why. I think it's because blueberries. I think it's because blueberries are cheaper, they put out more, they grow in faster, they grow back frequently, and they're just a better crop. I'm just lucky it rained 2 days of this. I only lost like 1 day's worth of growth. Oh yeah, the barbecue. Barbecue actually went really well. I almost forgot the barbecue. But as far as that goes, I went up there. We did the chicken. Chicken was great. I had 7 pieces of chicken breast. He actually invited a friend of his. He's got a friend who's homeless right now, and I bet the guy. He's pretty cool. Cool guy. We actually had a lot of fun. He was entertained by me by quite a bit. He was incredibly amused by me. So I had fun with that too. But my friend's like, hope you don't mind, I invited him. I'm like, dude, that's fine, I don't care. You know? We've got food. Shit, I had leftovers. Wasn't much. I had a piece of chicken that Mom ended up asking for, and 6 cheese dogs left. So food was left over. You know. Hell, I went over there and ate an entire bag of fucking French fries. Not even exaggerating. Because it was the fries from last month that I left over there. I'm like, could you fire those up? I haven't eaten today. So I sat there and ate the whole goddamn bag. I thought we were going to share them, but he decided he wanted cereal, so fuck it. I ate them all. They were mine. You know, I bought them last month. But it ended up working out. Me, my friend, and his friend each got 2 pieces of chicken. One of them ate 4 cheese dogs. I don't know which or who ate what. I didn't eat them until I got home. And I think there was a couple other things that they snacked on as well. But it was good. We were full. Played a little Resident Evil Revelations. It was just a lot of fun. It was good experience, just hanging out. I even told him, I'm like, look, if it's alright with him, come to the next one next month. You know? This is what we do. We just hang out and fucking barbecue. It's great. Once a month. It's just a fantastic excuse. We get together, we hang out, we grill food. You know? It's fantastic. I love it. It's something I was missing, because back when I was a kid, now granted this wasn't a frequent thing, but we'd have several times where we'd just go over to my aunt and uncle's house for barbecue. And we just stopped having family gatherings after everyone moved away, you know? It just became too much hassle to get everyone together and stopped having them. And one year I got all my HeroClix friends together and we went to Seminole Park and we had a fucking cookout. And it was great, you know? Played some HeroClix, played some cards. Fun day. Judge tried to grill in the rain. That was the best thing, just watching him nonchalantly grilling in a fucking Florida downpour. It's like, it's rain happens, this is Florida. You know, you get used to this shit. So goofy, but I loved it. But I did that because I used to like barbecue. I mean, the barbecue taste is kind of strange. It's very much an acquired taste. It's not something like sorry. Like, I'll eat hot dogs out of the microwave all the time. When you eat them barbecued, they have a taste to them, you know. And I'm not actually particularly super fond, or I've grown to like them now, but I wasn't particularly super fond of grilled hot dogs, but it's just something about the experience, and I missed it. So it's just become a little ritual, you know? It's great because it gives me a chance to hang out with my friend for reasons other than my bike's broke, fix it, you know? Just go over there, hang out, watch TV, play video games, and bullshit, you know, and eat decent fucking charred food. But anyway, we're gonna call it here. I'll see you next time. Bye bye, everybody.